Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanius here. Welcome to episode number 24 of this NHL 22 Quebec Nordiques relocation franchise mode. Here, where we have moved the Arizona Coyotes up north to Quebec City. If you guys have missed any episodes, head up into that top corner of the video right now. There will be a card with a link to the playlist, and you can get caught up on any episodes you missed. So, if you guys did miss it, last episode we were able to land a pretty crazy draft. We won the cup the year before, or the episode before that, with the Nordiques, and the team has looked really good up to this point. So we've got players like Samsonov pushing the records for goalies right now. Goals aren't really that close. Points are starting to get there. If Clayton Keller could have a big season this year, that would make a huge difference. But I think we are going to get mainly through a simulated season this episode, as I do have to do a bunch of scouting still, but at the same time, the team is looking like they're in a really good shape. So this is the lineup we're going to go with to start off the season. I really liked how Barrett Hayton, Shane Wright, and Rickard Thorson were playing this past season in the playoffs especially, so we are going to try to roll with this lineup to start things off. We're going to do the all-Swedish line, so that'll be interesting. And of course, we've got lots of good players on this team, so we'll see what they can get done, see if this team is going to be good enough to qualify us for not just the playoffs, but like a top seed in the playoffs. Of course, we've got some players like Mike Georgievich, who's coming in, hopefully going to make a rookie debut, but we will see if he plays enough games or not. But yeah, the team's in great shape, and we do have some comments to get to here as well, so starting off, the comment that best matches kind of the mentality we're rolling with this team right now is Duke Storm said, "You have too many good players." And yes, I think that actually might be the case, as we are going to probably run into some cap issues here this upcoming year, as a guy like Clayton Keller and Barrett Hayton are going to want some contract extensions. Same with, there's quite a few players that we're going to have to offer money to that we might not be able to afford necessarily. So that might be where a guy like Ilya Samsonov is on the way out. Even though he's been fantastic up to this point, he's won 30-plus games every single year he's played with this team. I think it might be worth it to keep him around, but he's on $8.5 million for the next 3 years. So we'll see if Georgievich or maybe Desharnais can come up and make a difference and actually steal that spot from Samsonov, because at this moment, I don't think anybody's going to, but yeah, the team is a little bit expensive, but also not so crazy expensive that it's like, okay, we need to trade away this player and this player and this player. It's like, no, not really. Connor Timmins is another player that maybe comes to mind just based on the fact that he's $5.5 million and probably would be a pretty decent trade piece, especially considering we still have guys like Caleb Ortmeyer in the team who can definitely play and will hopefully, make a difference here. But that's how the team's looking right now. The next comment here was from Brahma Bullfan, who said, "How do you win the cup and still get the 4th pick?" And if you guys missed that, we did fleece the Detroit Red Wings, and that pick ended up turning into Christian Tamarnes, who looks like he could be an absolute stud on this team in the future. He's got quick pick as a zone ability, so he's going to be a great defensive forward down that left wing. The next comment was from Winchester, who said, "You are insane at drafting." And yes, our last draft was extremely good. Obviously, we got Tamarnes, but we also landed a whole bunch of other players too. I'm trying to even remember who we landed because there were so many good names. Like if we go and sort by potential and look in the system, like we landed Boyer, we landed Pignot, we landed, who else? We landed Olofsson, we landed Kreider, we did land Kreider, I believe. Yeah, we landed Kreider, we landed Holt. Like, we just hit so many picks in a row that this team is in really good shape, and it's actually kind of scary that we're going to have to try and sign all these guys eventually. Like, Sheldon Oshie is another name that we just landed who looks fantastic. Seth Staubitz is still playing in the queue right now for Rimouski, or Rwanda, sorry, not Rimouski. And he's looked all right, but I'm really hoping he can make the jump right to the NHL level. That would be awesome. And yeah, apart from that, I think we landed some of these goalies too. Yeah, 2027, 2027. Yep, looks good. All right. So yeah, I mean, it was an insane draft, and that's pretty much it for comments. So now I'm just going to jump into some scouting quickly. I'll be back with you guys once we get the simulation ready to go, and then I'll commentate through most of that. All right, guys, so simulating ahead here, and, well, we're going to get some trade offers, obviously, but let's see. For allocating the budget, I think we do want to spend most of our additional cash on the arena, just because that's always the most expensive route. Advertising, scout salary, scout travel, all that stuff we don't need too much money on. So yeah, we'll just max that out. Okay. I don't care about promotional nights. Byron Potty should be fine to go for the start of the season. Same with Soderstrom. And same with Timmins. Wow, that's a lot of injuries. Okay, so we are within gap compliance still. And yeah, I think the team is ready to go here. So at this point, we are going to get to the regular season sim. We're not going to spend too much time doing other stuff here. Looks like Hendricks is going to be a sniper. Ooh, plays like Joe Nieuwendyk. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, very well could be a very good player. Liston looks interesting. Supis looks like a strange player too. 1 year ETA on Getzlaff. Okay. That's not a bad player. What about Spencer? 1 year ETA. Okay, so probably not going to be as strong a draft class as last year. That would be my presumption, but at the same time, it's really too early to tell still. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of decent players in here. He looks interesting. De Rosier. Yeah, he could be a pretty decent player with 2 year ETA at 40, pick 42. Apart from that, I don't know how many other like really top end kind of players we're gonna find. Holloway, maybe with the 2 year ETA. Unlikely, but you never know. And Mapleton or Mapletoft, probably not. Yeah, a lot of these scouting reports are nowhere near being done, so Luke Marshall, that's an interesting player as well. As far as we had a scouting report on him last year. Same with the guy like Ristolainen or or not Trotter. I guess he wasn't playing last year. Koltsov very well could be an elite. Joakim Numanen. Okay. So yeah, it's really just too soon to tell on any of these prospects, really. But you never know. You never know who's going to turn out to be a steal, an elite, something like that. But let's get to the calendar sim. And we're going to go at least a couple months in here. I mean, we'll start off. We'll sim the first 5, go up to this Winnipeg game just to start off October, and we start off all right, but we lose Ilya Samsonov to a pulled groin, so that's not a great start. We get an offer from Markov, 2/4. Don't think we're going to take that one. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson we get a deal for Zealer and a 6th. We're going to reject that too. And we are off to a hot start here. I like how the team is looking so far. The fact that we're 3-0 right off the bat is really good. Georgievich stands on his head for his season debut. Gustafsson also wins one. How has Samsonov been? Not great. Not great in comparison. So, I mean, we'll put him back in. If he loses the next game, which he does, we'll keep an eye on him. But we'll see. If Samsonov starts to drop off real quick, how about that there, guys, hey? All of you, I say all of you. There was a couple of you guys hating on Shane Wright in the comments saying he's not good enough, he's not playing well enough. He's off to a really solid point production start here. But then again, that whole line is honestly, Hayton's just under point per game. Bedard's 5 assists, hasn't scored yet. Interesting. And yeah, these guys are rolling right now. They're coming off a hot playoff run. They're feeling good, and it's a solid start. So the only team that's anywhere near us is probably the Jets. They got 9 points. Oh, actually, the Islanders. The New York Islanders are the team to beat this year, apparently. So, we'll finish off this month. We'll simulate through the rest of October. I'm not super worried. Yeah, we beat Winnipeg 4-1. We do lose Barrett Hayton to a mild concussion, though, so that's not spectacular. And we lose Byron Potty to concussion. So our guys are getting hit pretty hard here by the looks of it. But 6-2-1, or 6-1-2, sorry, to start this year. And Ricard Thorson is 7 goals, 7 assists in just 9 games. So you gotta like that. And, well, I want to see how the lineup's actually looking right now. So Williams isn't bad there. Ortmeyer somehow isn't adding negative chemistry either, so that's very strange. But how about Mike Georgievich? 3 out of 4 wins off the start. 912 save percentage. That's really good. Okay, so that was a solid first month. Apart from the injuries, we have been facing quite a lot of those, but we will simulate through November here, and hopefully we can get on a bit more of a roll. I mean, it's been pretty solid to start, but if we could bump that roll up even more, then that would really help this team to solidify a potential playoff spot. So I am just going to swap Williams out here because he is a forward, but we lose to Buffalo, and then we lose, oh boy, okay, we go 2-2 off the bat, go 3-2, we lose Williams to a wrist sprain, 3-3, or 3, 2-1, 4-2-1, 4, 3-1, 5, 3-1, 5, 4-1. That's not a great go here. We have kind of just we've been pretty average, to be completely honest. The team is winning a couple and then losing a couple, and that's not how you want to play through the season, because it's going to get you into some standing trouble if you keep doing that. Okay, so we only got 2 more games left in the month here. We are 11-6-4, so it's not a terrible record, but if we keep losing games, it very well might be. So, do we beat Tampa? We do not. Ouch. Okay, so right in the middle of the pack right now with a 12-7-4 record. We haven't really highlighted any games here, but we did manage to beat Toronto, scoring 7 goals on them both times. So yeah, pretty good start overall as far as beating our interdivisional teams. And Ricard Thorson is off to easily the hottest start of his career with 35 points in just 23 games. Shane Wright, 29 points. Clayton Keller, 24 points. And 22 points for Hayden there. So Connor Bedard is actually the guy that's dragging it this year, which is funny because he looked pretty good last season with 66 points, which is one of the higher scoring numbers on the team. But this year it's Ricard Thorson. Absolutely. He is on a roll right now. So we'll keep an eye on him. I'm sure he's going to be putting even more pucks in the net, although I very well might have just jinxed it. But how about our defensemen here too? Like Chychrun, 17 points, Bouwmeester, 13 points. Those guys are rolling. 7 points for Tamarins isn't the hottest start, but it's not bad either. As far as goalies go, Mike Georgievich potentially has been the hottest goalie on this team, but has also played less games. So, interesting go there to start off. I'm questioning Samsonov right now, although I know he has it in him to win more games. I just don't know why he hasn't. So, we'll simulate another month, see where that puts us in the standings, because that will be leading up to getting us closer to trade deadline. So yeah, we'll simulate up to the end of December here. We get Byron Potty back finally, which is awesome because we have probably been missing his physicality a bit, as he is a nice big 6'5" left winger. So keep an eye on that. But starting off against Anaheim here, well, we got a draft class to view. We may as well take a little peek at that. Liston, yeah, okay, all these guys are NHL ready, so it's nothing like super surprising there. Ton of question marks still as far as this draft goes. So looks like the top end is pretty solid. Hargrave, ooh, okay. Albert Hargrave could be decent. Marcoux, we don't know yet. Same with Paul, same with Clapperton. That's a great name. Clapperton. Hi, Graham Whitney. How you doing? He looks pretty good. Okay, apart from that, obviously Koltsov, we got pinned. Saperkin, maybe Barnett? Maybe. But yeah, DeRosier, we're going to keep an eye on. Oh, this guy. Kwiatkowski. Another one that's probably like a medium 4 kind of defenseman, but could potentially be good. Or like Worrell or Holloway look pretty decent too. So there's definitely some names in here that could turn out. Not guaranteed that they do. Nolan Reese gets a gem ranking on him. So again, interesting, but I'm not going to get my hopes too high up on any of these guys yet. A goalie with low elite is interesting. Probably a low starter, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I cannot make a judgment call on any of these prospects, but that's how they're looking. So we lose Markov to injury. Are we going to get any simulation going here? Why are we in March looking at the calendar? Great. That's awesome. I love losing the first half of the month to the calendar leg. So let's recap what just happened here. We lost 2 shootout games or extra time games in a row, 2-1 and 3-2. We finally win 1 against Dallas there. So we're 1-0-2 to start off. Then we're 1-2-2 to start off. Then 2-2-2 going into this, like, for the month so far. Can we, 3-2-2, looking better, make it 3-3-2. That's not great. We do beat Chicago. We do beat Detroit. Okay, now we're rolling a little bit. Now we're rolling. Okay, I see you boys. Okay, that's just a nice little 5-game winning streak there. So 20-10-6 now on the year is not nearly as bad as we were just doing. We're actually in first place in our division, which is interesting because our division is really not that good. But yeah, the Atlantic has gone kind of weak compared to the rest of the league. Thoresen with 42 points, I'm sure, is actually nowhere near the league lead, just based on the fact that some players score at such a ridiculous rate. But we'll keep an eye on it. Tampa Bay, they're pretty close. They got lots of games in hand on us, though. So yeah, this next month is going to be crucial to us potentially solidifying the top spot in the division. So let's go over to the end of January now, see what we can do, and we immediately lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Great. And we lose to the Vegas Golden Knights too. Man, that is rough. That is a rough go to start things off. What about Marvin Strong? He's out, and we lose Bouwmeester too. Man, come on. The injuries this year are killing us. And I didn't... Okay, cool. I did not even know that Chychrun was out. He wasn't, but... Okay, that's annoying. I think we very well might be getting rid of Ilya Samsonov here quite quickly. This has not been great from him. He has been below average and letting in lots of goals. And, man, if we keep losing like this, we're not going to make the playoffs. So, yeah, it's just been a below average start from the team, without a doubt. All right, so simulating further ahead, we lose Ian Crane, and we do win one and lose one there against Colorado and then Dallas. So I'm looking to potentially spark some production here. The second line is killing it right now. Barrett Hayton, not so much. So I'm going to try this maybe. We'll try Hayton up on the top line. Silvegaard's an 87 now. That's insane. Is there any way we can improve chemistry a little bit more? Maybe, probably not. Silvegaard's having a year right now, 32 points in 47 games. Keep an eye on him. He is looking good. 47 and 47 for Shane Wright. Bedard's cooled down, and Thoresen's been below average as well. So yeah, I'm going to try Bedard on the right wing. Yeah. Hayton's been below average as well, so I'm going to try him with Keller. Not bad, not great. Yeah, Soderstrom could have been better for sure. Did we get our other defenseman back? Yeah, we did. Bouwmeester just got back, so we'll swap him back in, as he has actually been pretty decent. 17 points in 41 games. 10, 5, and 13. Yeah, unfortunately, our top-end defensemen just haven't, our top-end potential defensemen have not been great. 13 out of... oh, God, the goalies are having a rough go. So I'm going to put Gustafsson in for Djordjevic just for now. And we'll see if that'll help with some wins. But moving further along here, Markov is out. We beat the Jets again there. Okay, so that's good. Holt's up a little bit. Enroth's up by 1. Wow, he is killing it. 54 points. Wow, yeah, that's impressive. So keep an eye on Lucas Powell. He could still potentially make the chill at some point. I'm really hoping Ian Crane can too, but who knows? Who knows with these guys, right? It's all up in the air until they're actually there. Desharnais, on the other hand, he's looking real nice right now. Safronov's going to be a sweet trade piece eventually, because, yeah, he unfortunately just does not fit the system whatsoever. So, yeah, that's kind of all we can do there. I'm going to put Strong back in for now. Put him in over nobody, apparently. Okay. Okay. Against the Rangers, we win, but we lose Victor Soderstrom. And then we beat Ottawa, and then we lose to Seattle. So, not a bad month, but not a great month. Again, kind of just sitting right in the middle of the standings here right now. The Nordiques have been average, to be honest, 61 points in 51 games. It's not a great record. It's not bad, but it's nowhere near the top of the league. Best teams are the Jets and... who else is up there? Jets, Stars, Red Wings. The Red Wings are up there. Sabres and Lightning. Okay, that's not... That's kind of how I can represent our whole season in one word. Is meh. Minton was not that good. Okay. Detroit, eh? Detroit's turned it around. I guess, yeah, you got Francisco Hopkins. He's gonna make a pretty big difference. And not just that, but they've got depth on this team too. I forgot about him. Yeah, Drew Delorier is going to be nice. Do they have a goalie? They do. Jelkovic. Yeah, this is a really sweet Detroit team. And of course, Winnipeg, we've created just a monster here in Winnipeg. They're actually so scary. Yeah, they can't actually afford a bunch of players, which is really funny. So they've got Slavkovsky, who's not actually as good as he's supposed to be. But yeah, unfortunately, we're just not getting a lot of production out of our team right now, which is probably drastically affecting how we've done so far in this season. So I'm going to try... going back to the original lines, see if we can get a little bit more production out of everybody. Because, yeah, it's just... it's brutal to watch when you have a team this good and they can't put up results. So, let's go through February, get up towards that trade deadline mark, and maybe we'll make a move, but maybe we won't. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here. But whoever has been the worst on this team very well might get traded, which I'm trying to determine who that's been. But we will be taking a look at the stats here pretty darn quickly. So, unfortunately, Georgievich just didn't quite get it going this year. But apart from that, okay, we're winning a couple. Okay, and we lose Shane Wright to concussion. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? All right, St. Louis. All right, we lose to them, of course. Okay. Man, like, can we just have Shane Wright healthy for a year? He's having a great year. He's having the career year right now, but we lose to the Red Wings, which is a tough loss because they are one of the few teams ahead of us at this current moment in time. And yeah, the production's just dropped off a freaking cliff. So, I don't know why. And I don't know how, but for whatever reason, this team just decided, like, oh yeah, let's just stop scoring. You know, we're scoring at a crazy rate. Let's just stop scoring. Like, what? But yeah, the team's been middle of the pack for the most part. Holy Silvegaard. Second year in the league, and he's up to an 88 overall. He's a 4th round pick. And we've got him signed to a really nice deal too, which is the thing that's blowing me away right now. The fact that Byfield only has 44 points in 60 games is not great, and Barrett Hayton's not really looking much better, unfortunately. So, I don't know what we're going to do here, because as much as I would like to trade guys like that, our top players haven't really been much better either, like our big buck kind of guys here. So Thorson's been the only one who's well over a point per game. Keller, Bedard, and Byfield have been a minus all year. So what are we going to do about that? I think we're going to go and check out what we can potentially do for getting a better defensive forward on that line. Because Tamarnes is looking real good. His plus-minus is a +9. Lander's amazing, doing amazingly well up there as well. So what if we swap Lander up there? I want to try that. See if Lars Lander can make a jump playing with those guys, but I'm going to say I highly doubt it because they're not very good defensively. So yeah, let's try that. Let's try swapping centers for a minute. See if we can get any better production out of that top line, because again, the top guys have all been minuses on the year, and that doesn't make sense to me. So it's actually because they're not producing well. So Samsonov, 19 out of 40 is terrible. So you know what? Ilya Samsonov is getting the bench for now. 19 out of 40. That's, I mean, it's right around where Georgievich is too, as far as they're winning less than half. So Lars Enroth is absolutely making a case to join the team, like now. So maybe we go and do that. Maybe we go. I don't know. We could keep Enroth down, or we could move him up. I don't know if I want to move him up necessarily, because he is playing amazing. 69 points in 60 games. What is that? 61 points in 60 games. So yeah, Ortiz is doing all right. Crane, 58 and 58. 28 points for Safronov is okay. Overall, it's kind of Holt's doing all right, actually. He's doing surprisingly well. Yeah, you gotta like that. Lindquist hasn't gotten any playtime, neither has Thorne. Okay, cool. So I think I am going to leave Enroth just for now, because I don't want to screw with the chemistry and lines and everything too much. And yeah, this team really needs to get it going here. I mean, we could go into trade deadline. I'm going to just browse the block quickly here, because I want to see what's available for defensive centers more than anything else. So like some nice two-way centers would be real good, but I don't know if we're going to find any two-way centers either. That's the thing. Okay, so looking through on the trade block, I'm thinking maybe like Ryan Hartman could be a decent option for this team, because I don't know who else would actually fit too well, and he's 2 years left. So let's try trading for him here. It's going to be a bit of a strange or awkward trade, because I think the guy that I want to get rid of is Quinton Byfield. He's 44 points in 60 games. He hasn't been spectacular. He's taken lots of penalty minutes. He's minus 11, which again, in 3 years, he's gotten worse pretty much every single year, which is just too bad, right? Because he's a huge body, he's a good player, but at the same time, if we were swapping him, we could potentially get a first-round pick back from this team too. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out as far as how everything's going to fit together in a trade, or if we go for like Turcotte or somebody instead. Like I don't know. I don't know exactly what we're trying to do with this trade. I think Hartman would solidify our team's defense a lot more. especially with his skill as a two-way forward, but he's also not a long-term piece, right? Versus a guy like maybe Velarde is. Yeah, I feel like a guy like Gabriel Velarde could be a better fit in this deal. So, let's see. If I go Velarde into first in exchange for Quentin Byfield, sending Byfield back to the Kings, does it go through? That it does. Okay. Okay, so that's a big trade. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but it's not terrible either. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But we add Gabriel Velarde in exchange. It looks like a downgrade, but the team needs a bit of a shakeup here. As, you know, yeah, we do trade one of our better players, but Velarde still fits pretty well. He can play 1 or 2 for center, and I think 2 is good. And I think we're going to try Lander here and see if that's the fit, if that's the move to go with. And we need something here because the team has just not been good enough up to this point, so... All right, so we make that move just before the trade deadline. It's a bit of a strange one, but I think it's the right move as far as acquiring a two-way forward goes because, again, this team it just has not been good defensively, especially on that first line. So let's see how the sim goes. So, okay, starting off winning 2. That's really good. What about the Kings? The Kings beat us. Okay, I'm going to keep our current thing, and we're gonna go past the trade deadline. So let's see if that Velarde move pays off. We lose 2 in a row, and we lose Connor Bedard. Not good, but we start winning when Bedard's out of the lineup, so that is strange, to say the best. All right. Oh, we lose Silvegaard. He breaks his foot. That's a strange one. Normally players don't break their feet very often, so... Okay, I'm putting Ortmeyer in there for now just to get the lines back to normal so that Bedard has all the same roles. Yeah, wow, okay. Strange things are happening here. Right now, this team is in such a weird spot, but... Has production gone up at all? Not really. Okay, Connor, how you doing here? Okay, 52 points, not great. 63, okay, Keller's getting back up there. 61, that's it. Come on, Shane. What are you doing? Maybe it's Barrett Hayton. That could be what's going on here, too. So, let's try Velarde, 36 and 65. 68 and 68. Is the power play, like, all messed up right now or something? Like, what's going on here? I don't actually understand the reasoning for this team's play. Okay. Strange things going on. Okay. So I think Silvegaard is messing up some of those lines right now, but broken foot, what do you do? Ooh, man, the sim is not treating us nicely today. I mean, we still have 40 wins, but... No, it has not been as good a season as I was hoping for, especially with this team, so. You look at last year, we finished with 50 wins. We don't have, we can win 8 games straight, and we would break, if we win 8 games straight, which is possible, then, you know, then maybe we break our record from last year, but we're not gonna break. We've had a 115 point season and finished 3rd. But the way this team's playing too, yeah, you lose power play goal. It's a brutal way to lose, especially with 1-2 players on. Oh my God, come on! The amount of freaking injuries we've had to deal with this year is what has thrown this team into the gutter. It really is. Grayson Ortiz absolutely has to get the call, but there's a couple guys that should be playing up, so. 87 points for Enroth. How many points does he have? 84. 76. Like, these guys are killing it right now. I think Enroth is getting the call up here because I don't know what else to do. We just keep on getting injured way too consistently. And it's genuinely hurt this team in all facets of how we play. So, like, look at this. What is that? Seriously, like, what is that? 10 out of 13, 12 out of, yeah, it's just not good. The team has just not been good. So, like Connor Bedard, what are you doing, buddy? 55 points, that's it? That's seriously it? Give me a frickin' break already, buddy. Paying you $8.5 million to do what? Not much. Because Ricard Thorson's getting paid way less and he's over a point per game. Man, I can't stand when guys underperform as badly as they are. So, I mean, we'll keep an eye on it. Desharnais has been pretty good. Not as good as a couple of these other guys. But, let's put him in here. Maybe not. Okay, that could work. Crane's got 84 face-offs, though. Oh my god, Desharnais won 51 games. Holy crap, he's 51-11 on the year. That's insane. Okay, well... Raphael Desharnais has just had an absolute career year. I got no other words for that. He has played phenomenal up to this point. Okay, so, I mean, we lose to New Jersey, and that was, like, we had to win that game to break our record from last year. So, it's not going to be a record-breaking year by any means, but it's going to be a player-breaking year, apparently, as we lose Tim Bodie as well. Like, that's so many freaking injuries. I'm done. I'm done, man. Like, how... Yeah, I didn't know it was possible to get injured that much. But it is, because our team just proved it, so... Man, we lose like our best performing player, having a career year, to injury, of course. We lose Tim Bodie, who's again having a really solid year, 28-point producer on the fourth line, having a career year to start off his NHL debut in a season, and he just bombs it. 20 wins for Samsonov is the biggest anticlimax letdown of the year. And are we even going to make the playoffs? We might not. Okay, we do, just barely. But 44, 28, and 10 is a trash record. It's really not that good. So, good luck here to the Quebec City Nordiques to actually try and defend their Stanley Cup, because they have looked abysmal this season. But that's all I can say. That's all I can say. I got nothing else for this team right now because they haven't provided me with anything else to really be hopeful for. But the expectations were high, and we don't finish anywhere near where we're supposed to. Detroit does. Detroit blows the expectations out of the water. We finish 11th place. Dear God. Was just a bad year. That's all it was. It was just a bad regular season for this team. And you know what the sad thing is? Is that as much as a guy like Ricard Thorson was on pace to have a really, really good season, he didn't. He still doesn't break a point per game. The only time that this team has seen as high a scoring season as that was Clayton Keller back in Arizona. So Quebec is just, oh God, we're just not good enough right now. And I cannot explain why. Because this team really should be doing better. And they're just not. How are our injuries doing? Because we are struggling with them right now. May 2nd, so Silvegaard's pretty much going to miss the entirety of the playoffs. We get Potty and Bodie back on the 17th and 18th of April. So 2 and 3 days away. Or 1 and 2 days away. But, man, that has just been abysmal. Abysmal is the absolutely correct word to use there. So, I got nothing to really suggest or offer to this team. Because, yes, we did downgrade by going out and getting Velarde. But, like, the team had to play through that. They had to get better defensively. And I don't think they did. Connor Bedard had a down year again. I didn't even know it was possible to have a down year from 66 points, but he did. As a franchise player, man. As a freaking franchise player. What the heck? Like, if you guys want to talk about underperforming, look at Connor Bedard. Don't look at anybody else in this lineup, because Bedard has easily been the biggest letdown on this team. So could try Tamarina's there, maybe. That might make a little bit of a difference, but just wow. Just wow. Everybody goes down in production. I'm like, okay, 30 wins. That's not much to ask for, is it? It is if it's Ilya Samsonov. He plays 44 and wins 21. Just brutal. Just not all there. And it showed. It really showed this year. So, oh boy, okay. I think I'm done ranting now. But yeah, I think that is where we're going to wrap it up. The team definitely let me down this year, but at the same time, the expectation was extremely high. It was sky high. So, I do wonder, we traded with Los Angeles, and the Kings do miss the playoffs, so we have a pick that's in the lottery at the very least, but the draft class is an interesting one as well, as not everybody's guaranteed to be good. Beta looks pretty decent, but yeah, we're probably going to end up somewhere right around pick 19 or 20, and yeah, there might be some decent players in there. Michael Muldoon looks pretty decent. And we do have, I guess we've got Winnipeg's pick as well. That would be my assumption on those. Kwiatkowski, DeRosier, they look all right. Patterson looks like an absolute G. Yeah, he's legit, so we'll probably try to draft him. And I mean, this Reese guy too keeps getting gem comparisons, but I'm not set on him. Like, I don't think he's gonna be as good as all these scouting reports keep saying. So yeah, the draft class is just all over the place. It's all over the board this year. So yeah, the low elites even are questionable. So what goalie potentials? I did have another goalie pinned, and he's a low start. I totally called that. Okay, so that's where we're going to wrap it up for this one. Next episode, we will be taking on none other than... Okay, Tim Bodie's back. Beautiful. That's what we needed. Tim Bodie's actually our second best right winger right now. That's a little bit sad. Let's play it like that. Okay. So sorry. Anyways, we will be playing the New Jersey Devils. Interesting. Okay. Why don't we take a look at the rest of the season stats? I mean, you guys kind of saw the standings. It wasn't a clear walkthrough, but Detroit, Minnesota, Tampa, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Vancouver, Toronto, Dallas, and New Jersey and Buffalo all finished top 10. We missed the top 10 spot by 1. But Philly and New York also make it, so that's interesting. LA finishes 8th last in the league, so not terrible, but not great. Anaheim has a terrible year, same with a bunch of teams here, so they are all going to want to be picking high, and that will likely happen. Okay, as far as goal scores and everything like that goes, we get another 40-goal year out of Ricard Thorson. He has put up 3 in a row of those. And he's put up 5 in a row 30-goal seasons. Sorry, 6 in a row 30-plus goal seasons. So he has probably been our highest performing player up to this point. He was the 6th overall pick in like that first ever Nordiques draft we did. As far as the whole league goes, DeBrincat just lit the lamp all the time. Wow. 57 goals. That's high. Higher than Sammy Colton and higher than a lot of these guys. We see 53 for Karkner, who is also just sweet all year long. Apart from that, Kirby Dach actually puts up 91 points. The Wild have got some great players in Marco Rossi and Eriksson Ek. Those guys put up really solid numbers too. Fritsch as an 11th overall pick looks amazing. And way down there, yeah, is Thorson, but he actually finishes right up there and go, no, he doesn't. Never mind. Valentanko had a way better year. 79 points, 79 games. That's pretty good for a rookie. Jesus, Kluber-Tons outscored him. He's 21. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, we've had a rough go here. Francisco Hopkins for Detroit. Wow. Talk about a player leading his team properly. 19 years old, looking like a beast. So that's where we're going to wrap it up for this one. The team is in a very shaky and questionable spot heading into these playoffs, but it should be an interesting one. So anyways, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell to never miss these uploads. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanios signing out, and until next time.